Square in the Round podcast. My wife listened to one of these.
What did she think?
She likes you better than me. She says, Chris Kelly here, there's BB Shea. She likes you, and she likes, I tell you, if you keep wearing shirts like this, look out.
I'm telling you, man.
You've got it.
I'm trying to grow up a little bit, you know?
It looks good. It looks really good. Are you still doing your workouts?
Still doing workouts, yeah. I'm going I think I'm going to go 4 to 5 times a week.
I love it.
No Friday. That's my off day. It's my cheat day.
Love
and
it.
Monday I play golf.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You know what I heard today at the gym? Here's a great saying for you. You didn't come this far to come this far.
Ooh, that's a bar right there.
Darn right, it's good.
I like that.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We recently lost Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you into game show hosts?
Yes.
Okay.
I've watched a lot of Price is Right growing up.
He was a quintessential, phenomenal game show host.
Yes.
I mean, and I've been talking about this since he passed.
Yeah.
If you've got a Mount Rushmore of game show hosts, I think Bob Barker is on it.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
I think Alex Trebek is on it.
I agree 100%.
Now, who do you put in the last two slots? Because I said Sajak, but I got a lot of pushback.
Well, see, I'm from a different generation.
I know you are.
I like Pat Sajak. I would put Pat Sajak on there.
Mm-hmm.
My last one would be Mark Summers.
Oh, my God.
Because he did all that stuff on Nickelodeon for so long, and that's what I grew up watching was Mark Summers.
Yes. I know him. You are from a different generation.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you might be a Summers man.
Double Dare, all that stuff, yes.
God, yeah, I don't know him. I feel like, but see, you don't know like Match Game with Gene Rayburn.
But I would Steve Harvey, he's more my generation. Even like Louis Anderson.
Well, Louis Anderson was atrocious.
Yeah. I think everybody agreed he wasn't great.
God, I hate to say it, he's passed. We lost Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
I know, right? I don't know.
Louis Anderson was a comedian when I was a kid, when I was growing up. Then he became the host of Family Feud. He was an awful host. He could barely even point at the board.
That's my view. You
remember that? He'd be like, survey.
But you never saw Coming to America, did you?
No, I did not.
He was in Coming to America.
He was.
Yes.
He was he still alive for the reboot of Coming to America?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't even finish that.
It was that bad?
It was terrible.
Do you know why? I heard, the reason he was in Coming to America? The studio had to have one white guy in it.
Really?
They must have a white guy.
Was he the only white guy in that movie?
One of the few. But, they wouldn't let, and this is 1986 or so, and they wouldn't let Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall have a movie with no white guys
Other than the cab driver when they first got to America, I think he was the only other white guy in the movie.
They had to have.
Wow, that's funny.
And they chose him. I think he had worked with Eddie, because they were contemporary comedians and all that. But the poor man, he had some talent. By the time he got to actually pointing at the board, he could no longer point at the board. Bonus game.
But he was the first person I ever saw in Family Feud.
Wow. Well, you missed Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
Richard Dawson, you talk about something you couldn't do today. He kissed every single female
So
contestant.
I have seen old clips on the old game show network of Richard Dawson. He would go up and make out with those young women.
And they loved it. They wanted to.
They couldn't get enough
listen
of
to me,
it.
male chauvinist. But seriously, they would. I mean, the women would put their lips out. That was like the thing. Oh, you want to be kissed by Richard Dawson.
There were a few times where I'm like, dude, that was a little much, man.
The point that was made to me about not putting Sajak on the Mount Rushmore of game show hosts is you watch Wheel of Fortune. It's the number one game all time.
Yeah.
For me, consistency, number one game all time.
Yeah.
I put him there. But someone said to me, and I think I agree with this, do you watch it for the host or for the game? The game is so great. The host, like Steve Harvey, really makes Family Feud.
True.
To me, Feud has had several hosts of the year. What's his name we were just talking about was really, really good. Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
He was the game.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey is the game. I mean, he's so good at it. There's a guy named Ray Combs who did a very nice job. He died young. But then you've got like some of these other guys, and it's like, it's no good. The host makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I think just a steady hand is Pat Sajak. The other thing is like Gene Rayburn from Match Game. He was the game.
But I think for something like Jeopardy, Alex Trebek was the game. And even we're proving that now where
it's taking
you're getting people to come in and fill in. It's just not the same,
It's taking a real step
And
back.
I don't know if it's because we're so used to Alex Trebek, but he just had, I don't know, an aura about him when he was up there.
He transcended the game when he did like the Saturday Night Live stuff.
Yes.
That was hilarious. And for Bob Barker, he's in Happy Gilmore.
Yes, yep.
I hate Adam Sandler movies.
I know.
How's that for a hot take?
You didn't like that? That's a hot take.
I did not like that movie.
I mean, he's got plenty of stinkers, but he got some classics, too.
I hate Adam Sandler movies. In fact, I think Happy Gilmore's awful.
If you had to pick one Adam Sandler movie, it'd be your favorite.
I like his dramas, but the Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems was great,
I really
it?
enjoyed that.
Did you ever see Punch Drunk Love?
I didn't like that.
That's one of his more serious roles. I
loved
that
I
movie.
hated that. I hated that one. But I really hate Happy Gilmore. Waterboy, I despise. And doesn't he? Maybe it's not him. I never liked any. The ones with the guy who died, who's really over. Chris Farley. What is it?
Black Sheep of Tommy Boy.
Tommy. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
I hate those.
You've got no soul, man. What the hell?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We were talking about Richard Dawson kissing those women. Do you know this controversy? By the time this drops, it may be over with that Spanish. You may not know this.
I'm not familiar. No.
It's gonna be hard for me to explain. The Spain just won the Women's World Cup.
Yes.
A little while back. Okay, when they were going through, like, shaking hands, like they were hugging and shaking hands, the players were with the head of the soccer in Spain. The woman that scored the winning goal, he took her by the head, and he was like, yeah, and then he kissed her right on the lips.
Okay.
And later, she said, I'm very uncomfortable with that. I want him fired.
Okay.
And you're young, so you're probably like, good, fire the SOB. But I think a suspension is warranted, and I do think it's inappropriate, but I think he was caught up in the moment. Like,
I think that if she would have come out, the person who was kissed, and said, oh, it was caught up in the moment, I didn't mind, blah, 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 I think it probably would have been swept under the rug.
Agreed.
The fact that she came out and said it was uncomfortable, then yes, okay, I feel like he deserves to be fired for that.
Well, it's too bad, too, because it really took away from their win.
It did.
There's a lot of controversy about it swirling, and as we tape this, he's been suspended 90 days. I think by the time this drops, he'll have been fired.
Probably so.
It's a real possibility.
It's unfortunate, but no, I agree. I agree with that.
Last week, we were talking about your lack of money.
Yes.
And your...
Nothing's changed, by the way.
Well, that shirt sure speaks for you.
This is on sale, man.
Well, I like that.
It's on sale, yeah.
I think it's great. I read something sometimes online. This is a Reddit thing. Random shower thoughts. You've probably seen that kind of thing. Random shower thoughts. And one of them was this. I thought of you because you're Gen Z or millennial. There should be a millennial edition of Monopoly where you just walk around the board paying rent and never accumulate any assets.
Never buying any property. That's exactly what it is.
You never actually own anything. You always live with someone else, and you always pay rent that's too high.
That game is becoming more and more of a game.
That's your life. It should be BB-opoly.
Yes.
And we should put your face in the middle of it with your bearded face, with your perfectly round head. Mm-hmm. The game board should be round like your head.
Instead of going to prison, you move back in with your parents.
Yeah, instead of jail.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Every time you cross go, you pay $200 instead of getting $200.
Call it Milopoly.
Yeah, Milopoly.
And make it that way because the economy is so you're so in trouble if you're under 30 years old. It
would be strictly novelty because it wouldn't be fun at all. It'd be depressing.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
No one wins.
Depressing as hell.
There's never a win. You just go around the board.
Yes.
And then eventually you die.
You're just pissing in the wind essentially, and then you pass out. Yes.
That's the way to make it. We just thought of something.
There we go. And you got to figure out new ways to implement the game pieces. What the hell's a thimble? Who just thimbles anymore?
You got to get a new game piece.
You know what I'm saying? Or a top hat.
What would the game piece? We have to be very
probably like a pair of Jordans. That would be one of them.
Right. Yeah.
A 98 Honda Civic would be one of them.
It should be things that you could never afford, but that you buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely be an iPhone.
Have that walking around the board. This is a good idea.
We're going to develop this.
Milopoly. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, I had you and I both watched Shark Tank.
Yeah.
See if you think this would work. You know, I play a lot of pickleball. Mm-hmm. In the summer, and I'm sure this happens with tennis and definitely baseball too, the paddle, the end of it gets so sweaty because you've been out there playing for so long. Well, some guy one day had a fan out there, and I put my paddle in front of it. Well, it dried it off in about 5 minutes. What if you could take that technology and put it in something battery-powered, like that you stick your hands in the bathroom of a restaurant or something?
Yeah.
And it just dries it off within 30 seconds. Is that there's a Shark Tank idea for you.
Well, don't they already do that with, like, nails? With, like, when women go get their nails done, they put their hands under the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Do it for that, but make it just so that it fits, it just fits in the little slot, and that's it. And then you've dried your paddle off.
Do you not use, like, stick 'em or anything?
I do that.
Yeah.
I like it, but it just makes it real sticky. Yeah. It's okay, but you have to do it every so often, and it just makes it really.
What if
sticky.
you just like tape your hand to the paddle?
Thought about it.
Yeah.
Again, you've got a sticky, nasty type thing. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking outside the box. I want to be on Shark Tank.
I got you. Yeah.
Eventually, I want to be.
Maybe
on
this
Shark Tank.
Millennialopoly will be the one that'll get you there.
Now that I like.
Yeah.
I think that's a
good idea too.
That's something really good. Here's a new thing that young people are doing, and I just saw this term last week. I think you and I talked about it once. You should master date. You should do this. I don't know if you do. I think you should master date at least once a week.
2 or 3 times a week.
Now, if you don't know what that is, this is a new thing, especially young people are doing, where they can't find love, or there's not a woman in your life right now. Surely not. No.
So, I love how you just assumed, but you're probably right. Yeah, more times than not.
There's not a lady friend in your life right now.
No.
You're living at home.
Yes,
we know this.
Yes.
Okay. Well, master dating is you on, let's say, Friday night, you're going to have a master date. So you wake up and you've sent yourself a card and some flowers yourself that says, oh, BB Shea, I can't wait to get together tonight. Yeah. Then you go to work and everything. Maybe you leave a message for yourself, looking forward. You go out, you see your favorite movie, you go to your favorite restaurant, you treat yourself.
Yeah.
You go home, you've got a nice bottle of wine waiting for you. Watch a little
nice
TV,
movie,
whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pleasure yourself.
Yes.
You know? What a night. What a day.
That's sad. I don't ever want to get to that point. That's just sad to me.
Are really doing that. I mean, that was really a topic for a few days there. That was master dating.
I was thinking about recently, so I see people on social media talking about them with their significant others and stuff. I was thinking about doing something similar, but with myself.
Yes.
Like every time it's my birthday, like make a post about like I'm dating myself.
Yeah, well.
You know, like here's to another year with you, babe, and like take pictures of me being all candid and stuff like that.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Just like stuff
I love
like
this
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Here's the greatest guy in the world right here.
Exactly.
Happy birthday to
It's
the
like,
greatest guy in the world.
Why not?
You should do something like that. I try to get back on social. Well, I'm not a social media person, as you know.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff. And I saw an idea of my weekend in 5 pictures, and I've had 2. My weekend.
Okay.
I've had 2 weekends in a row that would really work for. Usually, my weekend in 5 pictures is my feet in front of the television 5 times, 5 different shows.
Yeah.
You know, Friends, Golden Girls, Mom. The other, what's the one I watch all the time? The shows,
Shark Tank,
Shark Tank, all the time. Modern Family.
Yeah.
Those are. But 2 weeks ago, I took my son off to college. So that would have been good.
Yeah.
Last week was my daughter's birthday, so we had pictures of her. So I had 5 pictures, but 2 of them, my daughter were in like blowing out candles with a birthday cake, and my wife said, "You're not putting that up on social media. We won't do that. She won't let me."
Really?
You know why? Years ago, when Facebook